Before you spend six figures on lawyers and CPAs, or even if it's a little bit less, still a lot of money, I want to invite you to watch this. If you're a business owner thinking about transition, whether that's bringing in the next generation, restructuring your ownership, or eventually stepping back, there's one thing that will make everything that comes after it better. It's not a legal structure or strategy. It's not a tax structure. It's something that happens before all of that. It's the work of genuinely getting clear about what you want, about what the people around you need, and what a successful outcome actually looks like for everyone this transition will touch. When you do that work first, something actually remarkable happens. Your attorneys can design with precision. Your CPA can optimize for your actual goals. Every dollar you invest in professional advisory work goes further because the people doing that work finally have the full picture. That's what I want to talk to you about today. So let's just dive a little bit deeper into it. Your attorney is exceptional at what they do. Your CPA also is excellent. These professionals have spent careers mastering complex decisions, and when a business transition lands on their desk, they actually get to work. Here's the reality of how most transitions begin. An owner comes in and says, I want to transition my business, and the advisors build something. They do their best work, the best that they know to do, based on what information they have, based on what you've told them, and also based on the history of them knowing you and what work they've done with you in the past. The challenge is that what they've been told sometimes can be incomplete, not because anybody's hiding anything, but because the owner hasn't yet done the deeper work of figuring out what they really want, what they truly want, and what's truly important to them, what the next generation actually expects, what the rest of the family is hoping for, where the gaps are between what everyone assumes and what anyone has actually said out loud. The legal and the financial structures are only as strong as the foundation underneath them. And that foundation isn't built in a law office. Typically, it's built through a process of discovery, reflection, and real conversation with the people that this transition will impact. So the idea here is to give your advisors that foundation and then watch what they're able to build. It's incredible. Every business transition is also a human transition, and that's the part that's easy to skip over when you're focused on structures and strategies. Think about who this actually touches. Maybe it's your adult children stepping into leadership. Do they want what you're handing them? And have you ever really asked? Maybe it's a parent who built this business and has a vision for legacy that nobody's ever sat down to understand. Or maybe it's a partner whose expectations about the future look completely different from yours. These aren't legal questions. They're relationship questions, and they're working together interaction questions. When they go unanswered, when transitions are built on assumptions instead of real conversations, that's when things get complicated. Not just sometimes expensive, but they can be complicated in ways that affect families, partnerships, and even the businesses themselves. On the flip side, when those conversations do happen, when expectations get surfaced, aligned, and understood, the path forward becomes remarkably clear. The decisions that felt impossible become straightforward, and people who were quietly resistant become genuinely invested. That's a big deal. That clarity is the foundation. Everything gets built on top of it. This is exactly why we built the Evolve process, and it's designed to come either before your legal and financial advisory work, or it can be done alongside it. Evolve is a structured process of discovery, reflection, and guided communication. And we work with you and the people this transition will impact. Sometimes it's across generations. It is, of course, across roles. And we help you answer the questions that most transitions never stop to ask. What does success look like to you? Not just financially, but in terms of legacy, relationships, and peace of mind. What does the next generation actually want? And what have they never felt safe about saying out loud? Where are the unspoken expectations that could quietly become conflict in the future? It could be a year from now, it could be 10 years from now. We help you have those conversations in a structured, productive way, and we surface what's underneath. We help everyone involved understand each other and feel genuinely heard. What you walk away with is a roadmap, a clear, specific foundation that captures what you want, what the people around you need, and what a healthy outcome looks like for everyone at the table. That roadmap is what you bring to your attorney, your CPA, your financial planner, and they get integrated in while it's being developed. So it's a great process to have your whole cabinet advisors giving you advice at the same time. It changes the quality of everything that you're able to do. Think about what it means to hire an architect. You can walk in and say, I want a house, and they'll build you something for sure, or design it for you. Or you can walk in with a detailed brief. Here's how our family lives. Here's what each person needs and wants. Here's what we'll never compromise on. Same architect, same expertise, a dramatically better outcome. Why? Because the input was better. That's exactly the relationship between Evolve, you, and your advisors. When you arrive with a clear roadmap, your attorney and your advisors, they're not guessing. They're engineering a solution to a well-defined vision and outcome. Your CPA isn't building a generic strategy. They're optimizing for your specific goals and your specific situation. The work gets done faster, with fewer revisions, and with far less likelihood that something important gets assumed instead of decided arbitrarily. Your advisor dollars go further, your transition is more durable, and the people it impacts, your family, your team, your next generation, actually have a voice in how it's designed. That's not a small thing. It's the most important transition of your professional life, and it deserves a foundation built on real clarity. If any of this resonated with you, I would love to invite you to think about where you are in your transition journey and whether you've done the foundational work yet. Not the legal work or the financial work, the human work, your own work, your clarity work. Because when you get that right first, everything that follows, every conversation with every advisor becomes more focused, more productive, and more aligned with what you actually want. There's a link below to learn more about the Transition Strategists and our Evolve program, or to start a conversation directly. We would love to connect with you. The transition you've spent your career building toward deserves more than a structure built on assumptions. It deserves to be designed intentionally, clearly, and with the right people around the table. Let's build that together.